morning, good afternoon, good evening. Another edition of Riding with AB. I guess this is the automotive edition. Used car buying. You know, I don't know where you guys like to shop. I don't, you know, guys buy new cars, used cars. But I've been recently kind of looking around for another vehicle. My old 04 Dodge truck, old Dodge Ram. Even though it's only got 137,000 miles on it. I was just thinking of a change that, you know, it's an 04 Dodge Laramie, all-wheel drive all the time. Best dang truck in the wet weather, driving in the wet weather. Unbelievable. And even though it rides like a rock, it does what it needs to do. And it's been a really reliable vehicle. I think the only thing I've done to it, I've put in new front wheel bearings and batteries. Heck, you know, I haven't even done a tune-up on it in about 70,000 miles, so it's about ready for one of those two. I guess the only thing negative I can say about it is that right now it's developed an electrical problem where sometimes you'll just be driving down the road and the engine will just shut off. I put it in neutral and turn it back on, it'll fire right back up. Doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. Engine lights come up on the dash. Sometimes you're driving down the highway and then all of a sudden the cruise control won't work anymore. You know, I don't know if it has something to do with the computer, or what do they call them, the ICM or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely a thing. I even had one time driving down to the Gulf, and all of a sudden the engine just started, the temperature gauge just went all the way over to hot, man, just like overheating. I'm freaking out. Okay, I pulled over, the engine's not overheating, got plenty of water. You know, it was just the gauge. It's something electronic. And I've had it to several places, and they can't figure out what's going on with it. I mean, they've put it on their machines, and, well, it's not doing it right now, so we really can't tell. So maybe I just need to take it to a Dodge dealer and just say, hey, you know, take a look at it and tell me what you think. What's wrong with it? You need to get it fixed. Other than that, the truck runs great. Like I said, I've always been a Chevy guy, and, you know, a Ford guy too, but mostly Chevrolet. And that Dodge was the first I had ever bought. So I kind of had my fears about it. But overall, it's been a great truck. But I'm looking for another vehicle. And I don't know if I want a truck or if I want a big SUV. Haven't decided yet. I can't afford to buy new. The prices they're charging for these vehicles these days are outrageous. So I've been looking in like the 2014, 2015 range. But like I say, maybe a used Yukon Denali, something with 4-wheel drive, maybe with the big motor, the 6.2. One that I don't have to worry about hauling around the trailer or a boat, or pulling out of a boat ramp, maybe going down to the beach, getting stuck in the sand. That's really the only time I ever would use 4-wheel drive anyway. But it's tough. I had one and they got sold. I had one that I'd found on Craigslist and it got sold. It's just too bad that there's not a website that sells vehicles from senior citizens. Well, you know, I guess like me, I'm a senior citizen, I guess. I'm 61, but growing up, I used to buy cars out of the newspaper, and you just have to go and look, go kick some tires and see who owned it. I never would buy a vehicle from a young kid or somebody I knew that was out just tearing the heck out of it and wants to get rid of it because he did something to it. I've always bought from older gentlemen or ladies, and you go look at their car and it's clean and they've got a stack of maintenance paperwork. It shows everything that they've had done to the vehicle. Those are the kind of cars I'd look for. And normally I don't need to take one to a mechanic to have a look. These days, it's kind of hard for me getting underneath the dang cars. I think they charge like $150 and they'll put it up on the rack for you and give it a look underneath. Check out all the suspension real quick for you and make sure you don't have any major oil or transmission leaks. But if there's a website out there that sells only vehicles that are owned by people that are 50 years and older, man, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be on there all the time. My wife's father, when we put him in an assisted living facility, his roommate had this Toyota Camry that he was selling, and I should have bought it. I mean, it had like maybe 25,000 miles on it. It was like 10 years old. I should have bought that thing. I just didn't need it at the time. But anyway, just kind of got that new car itch. Not a new car itch, but something different. I don't have any car payments right now. Got a little trailer payment, but I don't have any car payments. I got a mortgage payment. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go out to a couple of jobs here and see what's going on. We'll talk with you guys later. Like I said, if you guys know any websites besides Craigslist and Auto Trader and Facebook Marketplace, I've been looking on there too. OfferUp. Anyway, see ya.